All right, welcome to the Freeform Rock Podcast. Today we have a special guest. We have a great band out of Wisconsin, and we have the singer and the guitar player, Lacey Crow, and Jason Clark. How you guys doing, man? Bourbon House.
Good. We're good. How are you doing?
Fine. You guys just released your fourth album. It's like, man, I was listening to. I found you guys off of TikTok. I seen your TikTok videos because I got this podcast up there. I like try to say new episodes out with like album art and some music on there. And I saw you guys. I go, oh my God, that voice. I was like,
oh, thank you.
I was like, damn, because I love female fronted bands. And I just got to tell you something. My wife was listening to you. She's also a singer, but she does professional gigs here and there. But she said she wanted to thank you because there's so few female rock vocalists out there. And she said she could listen to your voice all day.
Aw, that's so nice. That's really nice.
That's
Tell
for
her
my
I
wife.
said thank you.
No problem. So let's Jerry, you want to talk? Say some stuff?
Yeah, guys. Thank you so much for being on our show. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I can't tell you. Mark introduced me to your guys, and wow, I'm blown away, man. Fantastic. I went out and got your Into the Red and Wild Abandoned albums. I just blown away by the incredible musicianship on them, man. And I had just listened to your new album that dropped. Man, they keep getting better.
That's what we've heard, and it's a lot of pressure, but that's what we've been hearing. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, man. Great music, man. I love what I'm hearing stuff. I haven't your first one yet, your first album yet, but I'm going to get to it eventually. I promise.
Okay, I think you'll like it too. It's you'll definitely hear a lot more bare bonesness. That's not a word, obviously, but I think that's what you would kind of hear on our EP. But
it's a little more stripped down.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's a little more stripped down.
Yeah, I just want to. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Well, they said it was bare bones, stripped down, kind of raw, right?
It's a little more raw. Our EP is more raw than anything.
I need to get that. I got Into the Red, and I got the new album. I bought it off your Etsy, I guess.
Yeah.
Pre-ordered it. Yeah. The signed copy, so I'm getting that one. I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I've been listening. I've been giving you that penny stream on Amazon Music, so I've been listening to that album over and over.
It all adds up. But yeah, we definitely appreciate that. Getting the CD.
We always encourage our people who listen to the show to go out and buy the physical media or buy the whole digital album.
Yeah.
It helps you guys out more, and we get good music, and we don't have to listen to this pop trash that's coming out now. That's just one verse and really no chorus over and over.
Yeah.
Charles, what do you got to say, brother?
Well, I mean, I have to tell Mark, thank you for, we rotate co-hosts typically on here, but have me on. This is a great honor. First interview I've ever taken part of. This is very important, though. I have to get this out of the way before we go here. What is your stance on Van Halen? Are you Van Halen or Van Halen? Or no opinion?
Well, I'll give you mine, and then Jason can give you his as a guitarist. Okay. I don't like Van Halen songs, but I'm sorry. But I do like Eddie, and I think he's obviously extremely talented. So I get it and I appreciate it. It's just not something I would choose to listen to.
Jason, what you got on the subject?
I like both versions of Van Halen. I mean, I know there's more than two, but
there's three.
Yeah, but for me, it was always all about the guitar player. So as long as Eddie's there, you got Van Halen. That's how I felt about it. I remember when all those songs and albums were coming out, and of course I'd try to learn how to play them and couldn't do it. So that's really all it was about. It was listening to the guitar work and learning something from it.
Yeah.
And whoever was singing doesn't really matter to me. I think Sammy's a technically better singer. That's can't even be argued. David Lee Roth maybe a better front man. He's not a technically great
Maybe.
singer, but
It's all good. I mean, Mark's gonna be excited because he's
I like both versions.
Fire.
I even like some of Sharon, and I love Extreme. So whatever.
It's all
You
good.
probably like Nuno, right? From Extreme.
oh man, Nuno's the man.
Okay,
Right
Ace,
on.
You know, a comeback now that Eddie's gone. Everybody's focused on Nuno.
That's
Ace or
awesome.
Vinnie Vincent?
Hmm?
Ace or Vinnie Vincent? Yes.
Oh, well, Ace had the style and charisma more than Vinnie Vincent, but he wasn't technically better.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
I'm
right,
all
man.
about the
I
original
get the
lineup.
pass. You guys are the guests, and I just appreciate your opinions. We had to get that out of the way so we know what we're
Yep.
working with. It's all
There
good.
you go. There
All
you
right.
go.
So yeah, that's the thing in our groups. We're always going Van Hager, Van Halen, Nuno, Extreme, Hate Sharon, whatever. We always debate on that, but we're good to each other. We don't get all like
Yeah.
jerky
yeah.
on each other.
What you
So,
like? you
We're
like.
here to talk about your new album that just dropped, 4, Bourbon House 4.
Yeah, the fourth
Um,
album. Yeah.
The 4th album, I got into the Red, and I got I listened to the other ones I really like. I got to get them all, which I will buy them all. But and I just want to know, you guys are independent. You're dropping this on your own?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because usually new albums come out on Fridays. You guys released it on a Tuesday. I go, whoa, a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're rebels, you know.
Well,
That's
Tuesdays
awesome.
used to always be release day. Remember?
It did. They moved it to Friday.
They moved it to Friday
Yeah.
only in the last couple of years, but you know, going back the last 50 years, Tuesdays were the day that new material came out.
I don't like being told what to do. I don't want people to tell me like I have to do it this way or not. I'm like, you tell me I have to. I'm gonna figure out a different way.
Yeah, whatever's most convenient for us, that's when it comes out.
Yeah.
So this time it happened to be a Tuesday.
Yeah,
Cool.
man.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And then let's get into your album, man. Let's talk about each song and tell us
Cool.
your inspiration for it. Jerry, you wanted to ask them about this one.
Yeah, let me if I could do the 3 songs that I picked off, which I think are
Well, we'll go in order.
okay. Well, let's start with the opener, "Resonate," man. Well, holy crap, what a great opening rocking tune that is. How that song come about? I mean, want to talk about it?
Yeah. That one's kind of like an ode to, you know, the people that inspire us. Really. That's where it came from. It's kind of an ode to 70s rock
Yes,
and roll.
these 70s songs that, you know, when the Rolling Stones started using open G tuning,
Yeah.
and, you know, they just tried to come up with maybe a cool riff, and it was maybe a 4-chord song, but it just had these chord voicings that you never heard before, you know.
Mhm.
In Keith Richards' autobiography, he talks about that quite a bit. Once he discovered that, he's like, wow, now we will sound like nobody else, you know.
Mhm.
So they wrote a lot of songs in open G, and that was really what inspired me to do that as well.
Mhm.
And then the Black Crowes have done it since then.
Right. I mean, that just seems like the ultimate like opener for a concert, for a set list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause it's just high
Right.
energy right away.
Is that not to be a spoiler, but will that be kind of with the opening track on your gigs, or?
Well, that's that song's actually one of my favorite to perform live. It's very fun, and yeah, it's a I don't think we've used it as an opener yet, but
No.
it is a good opener song for sure. And we
So Charles, what do you think of Resonate? Do you have anything to ask him about it?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I love the groove to it, and it's got a great kind of Southern vibe, is what I took from it.
Yeah.
And Lacey, the vocals were phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
I dug that. Jason, you're smoking on that guitar, dude.
Thanks.
Absolutely smoking on that. Pass on my praise to the drumming as well.
Oh yeah.
on
Yeah,
it.
Brian's drumming on that song is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just keeps cooking and gets better and better and better as it goes. Great opener. Great track. I really dug it a lot. So
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it smokes. When I first heard this, I go, oh man. And you guys got that like Southern piano in there. And I love Southern piano. I don't know why. I maybe because I was like my first band was REO Speedwagon. I use that a lot, and then Leonard Skinner and stuff like that. So I love. I every time I do a review, I always put that piano a little bit higher in the mix. You know, I like it. Man. Really cool. Man.
Yeah, actually, when we first got the mix back, we could hardly hear it, and we asked them to make sure it was more prominent because it's like it's a cool thing. We want to put it in more songs for sure.
Yeah, that was a Rolling Stones song, a Rolling Stones idea too. You know, they had Billy Preston come in and lay down piano on so many of those songs. Yeah. He was basically in the band, but the songs just sound so much better once that, you know, and the Beatles even used him as well.
Yeah,
a couple songs.
Yeah, man, I was like, yeah, piano, because
it's got a bit of an Exile on Main Street kind of feel to the tracks. Yeah, totally. I can hear it now.
Okay, and then we get to the next track, which you guys wanted us to play, Love is a Killer. So here's Love is a Killer on the Freeform Rock Podcast. All right, that was Love is a Killer from you guys, man, from Bourbon House. Why did you want us to play that one and you promote that one out of all the ones on here?
You go.
Well, it was a great riff, and when I wrote it, I thought this is going to be a single, you know, and then it wasn't a single. Now I'm trying to draw attention to it. I still think it's a great riff. That's why I made it number 2 on the album. I think it deserves to be kind of higher up on the sequence list, and it's a good, you know, it's I think a lot of people are just really going to like it. So
I think it's our most like classic rock song.
It has, to me, it has a lot of Zeppelin in it.
Yeah.
A lot of Zeppelin, but you guys like Zeppelin did, turned it around and made it your own. You know, really freaking good song, man.
I was gonna mention, you can hear your influences, but you can also hear your own touch in it, which makes every song on this album really good, in my opinion. So hats off.
Yeah, so
we don't shy away from showing our influences, but yeah, obviously we want to make everything our own, you know, as well, but we don't shy away from it. I think it's important to know who your audience is.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe the Stones, if they ever come back, bring you guys out on tour with them. You know,
yeah,
they do.
Awesome.
They do take local bands. I've heard they take local bands.
So. Yeah, the Scorpions do too.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But that'd be awesome. Hey, Charles, so what do you think of it?
Well, I mean, first of all, I guess great minds think alike in that song too. But Mark said I could. Yeah, because it's probably my favorite track on the album.
Oh, really?
Great riffage going on there, Jay. Oh yeah, I dug it a lot. I was like, please pick that one, and then Mark said, no, they picked it. So dug it, man. Jason, your riff is killer. It's not just okay; it's killer on that one.
Oh yeah,
and
I agree.
The way I call it riffing off of it, Lacey. You know, the riff. You're doing that ancient art of weaving thing with your vocals off the guitar.
Yeah.
Through your term too, and then I'll tell you what, expertly played on the album. Should be the same. Make it a single.
Yeah, man. So then let's get to the next track, which is Out for Blood. And Charles, you picked this one, man. So let's play Out for Blood on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to promote your songs on here big time.
Sweet. Thank you.
Great.
No problem. We love new bands. Here we go. All right, Charles, what you picked this? Well, tell them why you picked this track.
Well, I couldn't pick Love as a Killer. I'm just playing. No, I love this one too. I love how it starts ominous and then it just into more kick-ass riffage, dude. Jason, man, you're on fire on this record, buddy. It's got a lot of swagger on it. You got a lot of swagger to this song.
Yeah.
I don't know if I dig Sabbath or not, but I get a slight Sabbath vibe from it at times. I don't know if you meant to, but I do. I get a little bit of it. And I just, it's just the vibe of the song, the kick-ass groove. It's up my alley for sure. So dig
Nice.
it. Great track. Totally.
Thank you.
Jerry.
All of those things you said are very like what we were feeling from the song as well. Did you watch the music video for it? Because there's one out for that song.
I will check it out. I just listened to the albums. So
Okay.
I have them all on my
You'll
Apple
see
Music.
all of the imagery that you're already imagining, hopefully.
Nice. I need to check
Cool.
that out too.
Yeah.
So, Jerry, thoughts on this song?
Oh, it is a great tune. I want to ask you, Jason, what's your go-to guitar?
Probably a Les Paul. I don't know. I go back and forth. I like the Les Paul and I like the Stratocaster.
He uses a Strat a lot for sure.
I use them both a lot.
Is the Strat used on that song? Because it sounds like that. I play the Strat too, so.
Well, I think he used both on that song.
Is it?
No, I don't think there's a Strat on that song. There is Gibson SG, which was our big players at the time.
That's right.
And then I doubled it with a Les Paul.
Yes, that's like Angus Young's model, right? If I remember right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Your sound is just remarkable on this whole album. This song though sticks out though as far as your playing. I just wow, I growing up in the band, I was never as great as you guys are. I tried, but trying to find a sound for me was just so hard. Even though I tried, my influence are Jimmy Page, David Gilmour, and them, but I can never find like my own style between my influences. But I noticed, like I said, you guys, you can hear influences, but there's your own personal touch to it, and I dig that, man, and I love that about you guys, especially your playing, Jason, man. I love it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jason, you smoke, and I didn't read Sabbath as one of your influences. I'm going to piggyback off Charles there, but I hear a lot of Sabbath in this song too. The riffs are like Sabbathy.
Yeah.
Is Tony Iommi one of your influences on guitar?
To some degree. I mean, I grew up listening to Sabbath. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's what I was aiming for, but it's hard to say really what inspires things.
Well, we were going for a vibe. We're always going for a certain vibe for a song. So, it was just like kind of looking for like a dark southerny kind of vibe.
That opening riff is actually played on an acoustic guitar, and it was inspired by the Days of the New in the late 90s. And I wrote that riff over 20 years ago.
Wow.
And then we decided to come up with the rest of the song. And I just wanted something heavier to come after it. So, yeah, like a Sabbath style riff seemed perfect.
Yeah, I could hear that in that song, man. I appreciate your singing, Lacey. Is like, God. I saw your influence, Bonnie Raitt, and a lot of other blues singers, but rock singers. Do you have any influences on that?
I'm actually probably more inspired by male singers, and male rock singers. I'm very inspired by Chris Cornell. He's definitely one of my favorites. Yes. Obviously, Robert Plant, is up there. Bonnie Raitt isn't really a big influence for me. That must have been in somebody's review or something.
Your bio.
Is it in my bio?
It was it's on your page where it says influenced Bonnie Raitt, some other singer, and read the picture. So I was checking out your site trying to do my homework on you guys.
Okay,
definitely
that might have been something somebody else wrote. That's on there, but which is fine. If people hear that Bonnie Raitt's amazing.
Yeah.
But more, I don't know. Etta James is like definitely like pretty bluesy. But she's a huge influence for sure. Yeah, I like men.
Good. I like women.
Paul Rogers. Yeah.
But let's get to the next track. Let's see. We already did Out for Blood. We just talked about that. We're on High Road Gypsy. I picked this one, man. I like High Road Gypsy. So let's get to High Road Gypsy on the Freeform Rock Podcast. Okay, that was High Road Gypsy by Bourbon House. Hey, I really dug this song. It's like so freaking bluesy, and it has a lot of freaking soul into it. It's like you're just belting it, and Jason's guitar and your whole band is like on fire on this whole album. Actually, it's like you guys are like a tight unit, man. It's like I'm like just tripping out on how good you guys are. It's like you don't get good bands really anymore coming out. You have to look for them. Like I saw you guys on TikTok. It's like you don't hear it on the radio. You don't see it on MTV anymore. You guys are hitting that social media and it's working because you're bringing in. I got me and Jerry and Charles. We all because I started spreading it around in the groups. I said, listen to this band. Check out this band. You know, I try to promote you guys. But on this song, what were you guys going for on High Road Gypsy?
I'm going for like a Janis Joplin-y kind of vibe for this one.
Yeah, I think this is inspired by.
Yeah, we were like, let's do like a road trippy, just like a nice, like imagine you're on the road, you know, and you want to listen to me and Bobby McGee, right? Because and you want to just sing along and kind of belt it out. That's what we were going for.
Yeah, I wanted it to build and get more intense as the song goes on, so you can hear how it modulates, kind of goes into a minor key a little bit and comes back, and sometimes it's a little bluesy and sometimes it's not, and it just really builds and grows so that by the end you got all this stuff going on. There's 5 guitars and there's a keyboard and there's an organ and all this stuff, you know, and just sort of crashes into a wall. So I think that's what we were aiming for, and kind of nailed it. I think eventually.
It's nice that it was positively received because you never know with that kind of song. People are like, this is not, you know, it's not heavy enough, or it's not like fun enough, or whatever.
The heaviness is in the soul of the song, though. You could feel what you're singing. You could feel what you're playing. You could feel how the band is playing. It's just like hit me, that song. Really great song, man. Thank you for that.
Happy we achieved. Thank you.
Go ahead, Charles.
I wanted to say, Lacey, you nailed it on the head because I was going to ask you. I know you dig the dudes, is what you said, but I heard a Janis Joplin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Janis. For Janis, it's all about her spirit and her energy and her soul. Like that's what's so influential about her. Not necessarily her voice, but her just whole being.
Right. Yeah, I totally heard it in this track. I was like, it had to be inspired by Janis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jason, the acoustic work is phenomenal as well, dude. I'm an acoustic player myself. That's all I can do here in Germany. I can't crank up the amps and things like that. So appreciated it. Great road song. I dug it. So total Joplin, love and worship. That was cool. I love it. I'm glad I figured that one out. You said it, and I was like, yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but it makes sense now because the soul, like you said, you got the soul in that song. You all did on that, man. I was like, damn, I listened to it like 4 times. It came on. I go, I love this song. Yeah.
So awesome.
And then Jerry, what do you got to say about it, man?
Oh, another great song. I mean, like I said, this album just has no fillers whatsoever. It's great all the way through. I'm gonna try to go off a little topic here, if I might. You guys have probably been asked this a lot of times, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to ask it anyway. All right, where did it meet? Where did you guys meet? Where was this connection made at?
Go ahead.
Where did we meet? We met on the internet.
Is that real? Seriously?
Yeah. But not on a dating site.
No, we used to be fiction writers. That's what we did before we went into music. And so Lacey is from Ontario, and she grew up about 500 miles away from where I was. So we were both using a website for fiction writers, and we had uploaded our books to the site, and we read each other's books, and then we just got to talking about other things. And eventually, over the next few years, we learned that we also had some musical abilities, so we thought we would try that out.
You fell into it a little bit.
Yeah, you sound like you've been doing it for years.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we have a little music abilities. Yeah, that's kind of an understatement.
Yeah. Sure. I'm just joking. But man, that was a killer track. And then
It is. Oh yeah, the song itself, I
Yeah.
love it. Great song.
Thank you.
all right, and then we get to the next one, Villain. Jerry, you want to take this one? Or Charles, you want to ask some questions before I do?
Yeah, I mean, I, I, I almost get an. I don't know if you're familiar with Wolf Mother at all.
Yep.
Yeah, I get a slight vibe of that. I don't know if you intended for that, but I get a little Wolf Mother vibe. I mean, whether you try it
Oh,
or
wait,
not.
I skipped a song, dude. Sorry. It's 20 to Life.
Okay.
That's where I was trying to get.
My bad.
Okay, well, this one, it's like Black Crows meets Cinderella to me on this one.
Nice.
Additionally, I hear some Paul Rogers influence there. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally on the vocal. I love him too. He rules.
I love them. Yep.
Probably best singer in rock.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
when you
Probably.
go smooth, you have that Paul Rogers feel. You
Yeah.
know, you can
Yeah.
hear that.
thank you.
I thought it was an interesting take on like almost a Johnny Cash-esque like lyrical content on a rock song at the same time.
Yeah, like a prison-y.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. So that was a cool song to me. We rolling right along on this album here.
Yeah, so I just want to say that this is the first track I bought digital because it said it was,
nice.
and then I went back and bought Into the Red because I loved it so much. And I have a radio show on Tuesday nights on thatmetalstation.com, and they do pay you guys. I don't know how much they pay you, but I played your guys' songs every week on my show.
Awesome.
So I
Thank
just
you.
go through each track and just play them. They're all good. I don't have to pick it. I just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, pick that one today. So Jerry, you got anything to say about this one?
Yeah, I mean, Charles nailed it on the head. It's very Dick Rallis and Paul Rogers, man, all the way through. It's a great classic rock vibe song, man. Love it.
Yeah, I hear a lot of Cinderella, Long Cold Winter-ish on this song.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
the
well,
blues era of
The
Cinderella.
blues era Cinderella. And now we get to Villain, Charles.
Once again, I got that slight Wolf Mother vibe, whether it was intended or not. Probably like first album, maybe Cosmic Egg. The guitar riff on this is of course killer, and the bass stood out a lot too. So kudos to the bass player, and definitely got some great rocking instrumentation on there. But my hats off to you, Lacey, because you were no slouch on this track either, by far. Great band track on this one.
Thank you.
Jerry.
Yeah, I just want to shout out to the other members of the band, man. I mean, you got a great
Mhm.
yeah, it's just like I said. I've said this before. You can hear your influences, but you put so much of your own in it. I mean, you can tell the blood and sweat that you put into it, man. It's just an amazing song. Again, it's like I said. This is definitely a no filler record in my opinion. So great job. Thank you for the great music.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. Well, we can't wait for the next album, even though you already have this one just came out. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like,
we're
like,
working on
We're
it.
writing
So.
and recording it right now.
yeah, you listen to an album and you give us these songs and we go, oh, wait, I want more. Wait, it's over. Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, we plan to put out a lot of music. So.
Nice. You got to keep that going now because that's the way you got to get those streaming to get known
True.
now. It's sad for me. I like just going by physical media, but at least physical media is coming back a little bit here. So Villain, it's really great. Like they said, Wolf, I get a Wolf Mother vibe about that too. It's a pretty cool track. And then we get to Villain was then Hotel Bar Blues.
Bar Blues, that's correct.
Go for it, Charles.
I live that life right now. I've lived in a hotel for over a year.
Oh wow.
Yes, I understand the fun of that. Believe me. 12 Bar Blues played rather expertly there, Jason. By the way, and on this track, and I love how it changes dynamics about halfway through the song. Just fucking rocks the fuck out, man. like throw up the devil horns on this one. And again, it's just so much swagger to the track. So hats off to you guys on that one, man. It's a great blues rock track there. Dug it.
Thanks.
Jerry.
Yeah, that's the first time we've really done anything like that, right? Like, we were just like, we needed to do, felt like we really wanted to do a traditional kind of blues, obviously with our own spin on it. But it was, our first like really traditional one.
Yeah. And it was done well. Totally.
Thanks.
So Jerry on Hotel High Blues.
Yeah, I was thinking
Bar
the same.
blues thing.
I was thinking the same thing Charles was thinking, man. A great traditional blues riff, man. Again, the rhythm section really shines on this album, on this song, in my opinion. And Lacey, I can't talk enough about your voice. Holy. Would it be an insult if I compared you to Ann Wilson?
Absolutely not. What?
Okay. You hear a lot
Who
of
would ever be insulted by that? Crazy people?
I hear a lot of Ann Wilson, and you know, she's one of my favorite singers. So.
Oh, she's so well. Have you heard Mariah Formica at all? Have you heard?
Yes, Plush. I have the.
She's like identical.
Yes.
It's so good, so amazing.
Yeah, I got into her because of Michael Sweet of Stryper was bringing her up on stage. I was watching this video, and then I started following her. He says, "Oh, I got an album coming out, Plush," and I go, "Oh, cool."
Yeah, I first saw her on. Oh crap! What was that?
The Voice, I think. Was it The Voice?
Yeah, The Voice. That's it. Yeah. And I fell in love with that. I watched her videos. You ever hear that Steelheart song, "Never Let You Go," that she sings? She has a video of that song, of her singing that song. Holy crap, that woman can sing too. So, wow, I was just blown away. And you know, like I said, Ann's one of my favorite singers. So I'm glad that you. And I do hear a lot of her in you.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I hear a lot of that in
I don't know if it is or not either, but I mean, she's probably an influence too.
So this song, man, it's like, who played the harmonica on this one?
We tried to find the best harmonica player in Milwaukee, so in Wisconsin, really, and he was in Milwaukee, so that worked out for us. His name's Big Al Dorn.
Big Al Dorn. Yeah, I have a friend who does a blues show on that metal station on Brian Davis, the Bad Beat. You should check him out on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. He plays a lot of blues.
Cool.
Blues. Yeah. So that's pretty cool because he says the blues influence metal, so he's gonna get that on there. Ooh. So then we get to the next one, which is Blue Magic. Jerry, take this one. Before you take it, he wants to play it. So here's Blue Magic on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
Here.
Okay, that was Blue Magic, Jerry.
Holy, jeez. What a vocal performance.
Thank you. That's probably my favorite vocal of
I'm not afraid to say when I hear a song, it tears my eyes up.
Aww.
When I heard this, holy crap, I mean, I'm balled up. It's so beautiful. And that awesome freaking guitar you got that in her background is just, just so beautifully written song. And that's the song I was actually going to say kind of is a lot of Bonnie Raitt type sound in my opinion.
Yeah.
But man, holy crap, you nailed it right there. It's my favorite song yet from you guys.
Wow.
No, it touches me. It's beautiful, so beautiful.
Charles, let's talk about the song, guys. Tell us your influences on Blue Magic first.
Well, Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye,
Etta
James, that sort of thing. We love that music, and it may not be completely rock and roll, but we listen to a lot of it, and we're influenced by it a lot. So I wanted to write something like that. You know, when you hear these Sam Cooke songs, I mean, I can listen to that stuff all day long.
Yeah, because
it's beautiful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that vocal, that's just wow.
And you just started in 2017?
Yeah, really.
Well,
really?
I mean,
Come on.
But yeah, the first time, like, actually being in a band or, really singing out in front of people, was when we started this. So.
You got a great stage presence. I watched some of your videos on YouTube, and man, I don't know if you guys are going to get to California, because I know it's hard these days with buses and vans and gas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we do plan to, do all of that when the timing is right, obviously. And
You guys would be great at the whiskey.
I love the whiskey.
Yeah, the whiskey would be awesome. Charles, you have any thoughts on the song?
Second favorite track on the album.
Nice.
Bluesy ballad, extra sultry vocal there, Lacey. Great. I agree with Jerry on that. Guitar work and drumming were the standout elements to me musically on the track, and I'm betting this one comes across nicely live.
We've done it live yet.
No,
I bet it will. I bet it will, though. I bet
You guys should
will.
do it, man. It's like,
Oh, I'm telling you.
You need definitely have to use a pedal to give it that like tremolo or whatever effect, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and the keyboard prominent on that. For the instrumentation, I just wanted a simple guitar part. There's only 2 guitar parts, and then I wanted a keyboard for texture, like a Hammond organ.
nice.
So that's all it was, really, and there's not much of a solo or anything. It was really intended to be mostly about the vocal on that. So that's what we've done.
Those vocals, I mean, it had pain in it. Is that right? It sounded like it had pain. It was so beautiful and so. Oh.
Yeah, it's supposed to be emotional. So I'm happy it came out that way.
You guys nailed it, man. It's a beautiful song. Like he said, it made him cry, and I think my wife came in on this one, and then she wanted to hear more. But she just said your voice is just so amazing. She's happy you're out there doing it for the women, of rock. There's not that many out there. Yeah, it's really great, man. And you could if I knew how to dance, I could slow dance to it.
Yeah.
But I kind of suck. My wife keeps trying to teach me how to dance. It ain't working. But then we get to the next track, which is Wild Days. Jerry, take this one.
Oh, again. Wow, this is my second favorite song off it.
Wow. That's
awesome. I love that great acoustic opening, man. It's so great. And then Lacey, your voice comes on there, blends so well. And then it kind of gets it, and then in 30, 45 seconds in, you get this really cool, slow, acoustic electric little fill, it seems like. And it's,
what is that weird part?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what was the influence behind it? Because I can't pinpoint it. It's hard.
Indian, like an Indian, but it's in minor harmonic mode, so gives it sort of a a Kashmir feel.
Nice. Yeah. That's what I got from it. I got physical graffiti written in my note there.
Yeah.
I got the feel from that album. Is you guys got like some Ranya stomp with some Kashmir going on in there.
They're nailing the review, that's for sure.
So Charles.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, that's what I got. I said Mediterranean, but Indian either, and Kashmir totally. I got Zepp. Zepp had to inspire this track.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was a very
kind of ended Led Zeppelin 3. And little Led Zeppelin 3 towards the end, and I love the journey of this song. My third favorite, but probably might be tied with Blue Magic as second. It's a great. I counted it personally as ending the album because the one I have has 2 live tracks, and I think it's a great closer to the album proper. So phenomenal, and totally heard Zeppelin. So either Indian, Mediterranean, that kind of vibe to it. I heard that totally, and great job on that track.
Thank you. So curious about like the reaction for this track. I was very curious about it, so it's nice to
Yeah,
It's
it
nice
was
to
the
hear.
riskiest one. On
Yeah,
the,
it's
you know,
bizarre. You know, it's a
Whenever-
little bizarre.
whenever
Well,
we
some people get upset when it's too much Zepp, or like say Greta Van Fleet or something like that.
Yeah.
You pulled this off fine, and me personally, I don't mind because I'm a Zeppelin head,
Right.
so I don't
Right.
care if it sounds somewhat Zeppelin-y. I'm good with it. So
Right.
mission accomplished.
So what is your favorite Zeppelin album, guys? Yeah, they cut out.
Am I the only one still on?
Are you guys still there?
Here, but yeah, gonna have
I
to
paused
edit.
it. Yeah, I just paused it. Well, there goes the video.